All right, we're back in floor plan. We're going to look at some of the interior walls and walls connecting to your exterior walls. And so we're going to be drawing some walls today, and I'm just going to come out here and choose a point where I want to start. And when I click on the wall, I can choose this one that kind of looks like, I don't know, reminds me of a hand of a clock, maybe because that arrow. And I'm going to start drawing here, and I'm going to pull this the way I want to go, make sure I'm nice and straight. I'm only going to be 6 feet that way, 6 feet that way, and 6 feet straight up and down. Okay, and this is going to be, if I click on it, my porch. Okay, and I'm actually going to be able to have this cut out here. Mine is kind of have a walk up here, so I'm going to just delete this wall, and it kind of opens that up, yes, because this is outside. Okay, so you don't have to label it, but maybe you didn't get it in the right spot. So we can bring this over and just drag the wall, and you can see right there that I'm nice and even or in the same position as that other wall. And now I want this wall to be, oops, maybe if I can get it. I won't let me pick the dimension. No, it's not letting me do it that way. I'll have to just bring it in until I get 6. For whatever reason, it's not letting me click that dimension without doing the whole wall. Oops. Okay, so there's that wall. I've got that entered in. There's options for putting in other things like placing doors and placing windows. That should be pretty easy for you to figure that out by choosing which view or which way your doors open and so forth in this option, and how far you want that door to represent that it's opened. So that should be easy for you to kind of figure and play with. But just to show you, you're going to pick your door that you would like, whatever style it is you have, and drag it out. Now, for me, that's swinging the wrong way, so I'm going to click on it, and there are options for mirroring it and both directions. So mine kind of looks like that, and then that would be your door, and you can actually come in. So when you click on your door and get those blue dots, that's when you get the menus on the side, and you can set the size of your door and so forth, frame color, door color, and all that, which isn't going to matter right now until we do this in a 3D kind of mode and do that. But you can see getting that set and the right door width. Most doors are pretty standard height, but width, it might be different in various places of your house. Let's take a look at adding window here. So similar thing, we're going to place a window, and you can pick what you want that window to look like. I'm sure it's going to have different looks from the outside, and you can always replace them later. But if we just drag one on here and put it where we want to go and click on it, we can choose the height and width. You can see this is just a standard window. It doesn't look like it opens or anything like that. It's just a pane of glass. And then let's say you want that in a certain spot. You can see once I click on it and drag my measurements from the outside corner there of where that window may need to be. All right. And so maybe I've got another window right in here, and I could put that in there and get it centered on the wall and so forth. When you are looking at your windows, there's an option for view here. If you change it to 3D, it's going to show you what it looks like on the outside. So maybe if you have a glass that has grids in it, or a 3-pane picture glass kind of deal, then you could choose the correct view. So when it does project into a 3D model, we have the right look to the window. All right, so if we're done with the first floor, maybe we're ready to start drawing on the next floor. Our house is multi-level. So you need to be connected with my account in order for you to do this. And so if you're not and you don't have this option, please let me know, email me, text me, whatever you need to do. Up here on these layers, we can add new floors. Now, if yours says you must be a premium member to do multiple floors, then that's when you need to email me. You know your account's not connected. All right, what I would do when you're ready to do new flooring or new level is not actually, don't create a new floor, but if your dimensions are pretty much the same or you're going to work off the same part of the house, then what you could do is just go ahead and make a copy. So this would be my first floor. You might have some other things here, like I just made that copy of the basement, which I didn't want. And so I've got my first floor here. If I just hit this copy button, and make that a copy, it's going to create a new floor, which I can then name maybe top level. And then as I'm looking for it, maybe you're trying to get back to your other drawing. If you scroll down, you can see all the different floors you have here. Now, my house is obviously going to have 4 floors, which unlikely is going to happen for anybody, but could because of my copying things I just did. So make sure if you try to delete things, make sure you're deleting the right stuff, that you don't accidentally delete something you might need later on. Yeah, you just don't want to end up in a pickle where you've deleted your actual front view. Okay, so making copies, I would stick to that copy button because then it's going to create the same outside dimension as your top floor or the first floor that you drew, if your house is identical on both floors. If not, you could always tweak it a little bit, you know, because maybe you're using that same starting corner, maybe that would help, or you could just try to draw it independently. That's fine as well. Hopefully these little tips will help you get started in drawing and creating your new floors, your new levels.